Waves climbed the slope of the beach, fell back, and came again. A short way out to sea, the procession of incoming surges was broken by a rocky mass crowned with vegetation. It marked a division between the deeps and the shallows. Once the rock had formed part of a mountain far inland, until volcanic convulsions hurled it into the bay. The rock was now domesticated by a name. It was known as Linian Rock. The bay and the place were named Gravabagalinian, after the rock. Beyond it lay the shimmering blues of the Sea of Eagles. The waves splashing against the shore were clouded with sand, picked up before they scattered into flurries of white foam. The foam raced up the slope, only to sink voluptuously into the beach. After surging round the bastion of Linian Rock, the waves met at different angles on the beach, bursting up with redoubled vigour so as to swirl about the feet of a golden throne, which was being lowered to the sand by 4 fagors. Into the flood were dipped the 10 roseate toes of the Queen of Baulion. The dehorned ancipitals stood motionless. With nothing more than the flick of an ear, they allowed the milky flood to boil about their feet, greatly though they feared water. Although they had carried their royal load from the Gravabagalinian palace, they showed no fatigue. Although the heat was intense, they showed no sign of discomfort. Nor did they display interest, as the queen walked naked from her throne to the sea. Behind the fagors, on dry sand, the major domo of the palace supervised 2 human slaves in the erection of a tent, which he filled with bright Mahdi carpets. The wavelets fawned about the ankles of Queen Myrdem Ingala. The Queen of Queens was what the Baulionese peasantry called her. With her went her daughter by the king, Princess Tatro, and some of the queen's constant companions. The princess screamed with excitement and jumped up and down. At the age of 2 years and 3 tenors, she regarded the sea as an enormous, mindless friend.
"Oh, look at this wave coming, Muth. The biggest wave yet. And the next one, here it comes. Oh, a monster, high as the sky. Oh, they're getting ever so big. Ever so bigger, Moth. Moth, look. Just look at this one now. Look, it's going to burst and oh, here comes another, even huger. Look, look, Moth."
The queen nodded gravely at her daughter's delight in the placid little waves, and raised her eyes to the distance. Slaty clouds piled up on the southern horizon, heralds of the approaching monsoon season. The deep waters had a resonance for which blue was no adequate description. The queen saw azure, aquamarine, turquoise, and viridian there. On her finger she wore a ring, sold her by a merchant in Aldorando, with a stone, unique and of unknown provenance, which matched the colours of the morning sea. She felt her life and the life of her child to be to existence as the stone was to the ocean. From that reservoir of life came the waves which delighted Tatro. For the child, every wave was a separate event, experienced without relation to what had been and what was to come. Each wave was the only wave. Tatro still lingered in the eternal present of childhood.